If you're trying to move Metaobject definitions between Shopify stores, maybe you're migrating from a dev store to production or setting up a brand new store based on an existing store, you've probably hit this wall before. Matrixify can import and export Metaobject entries, but it can't export definitions. This means that you're stuck manually recreating every definition one by one in the destination store. I'm going to show you today how to export your Metaobject definitions from one store and import them to another store in about 2 minutes. And if you're already using Matrixify, your existing files work here too. You're not learning a new format. We're going to use Altera for this. Altera is a Shopify import and export app that uses a Matrixify compatible spreadsheet format. So if you've used Matrixify before, the files look the same. The difference is that Altera supports data types that Matrixify doesn't. Metaobject definitions is the big one for this video, but it also handles things like translations, has a command line tool, and exports directly to Google Sheets. But today we're focused on Metaobject definitions. Let me start in my source store. I've got two Metaobject definitions here, tourist agency and tourist attraction. The tourist attraction has several fields of different types, including a link to the agency field. Now to export these, I'll open up Altera and click on New Export. Under Data Types, you'll see both Metaobject definitions and Metaobject entries. You could actually select both of these and export everything together in one file, but for this video, I'm going to focus on just the definitions, since that's the part you cannot do in Matrixify. Before I run this, I also want to highlight the filter section. You can either export all the Metaobject definitions you need, or you can add a filter to select specific types if you just want to bring over a few different definitions. Now, we just click on Start Export and the app will generate the file for us. Let me open up the file so we can see what we're working with. Each Metaobject definition in the file will take one or more rows depending on the number of fields it has. You have some basic columns like name and description, and then if we scroll over to the right, we'll see the individual fields here along with their keys, their field types, and then any validations that they might have. One thing worth pointing out, if any of your definitions have fields that reference other Metaobject types, those references are exported as type handles, not Shopify GIDs. That's what makes a cross-store transfer work. And if your definitions reference each other, or even points back to itself, Altera handles those dependencies automatically during import, so you don't need to worry about the order of the definitions within the file. Now let me switch over to my destination store. I've got Altera installed here too. I'll just go over to the import data section, click on upload file, and upload the spreadsheet that we just downloaded. Before the import starts, Altera analyzes the file and shows you what it found. The data types, the columns, any issues it detected. This lets you catch problems before anything gets written to your store. Everything looks good, so I'll go ahead and click on Start Import. After just a second, the Metaobject definitions should show up. One thing I really like here, at the bottom of the job detail page, you can see the direct links to the definitions. So I can click through and see my definitions right here in the Shopify admin. Compare that to other apps where you need to download the result file, find the ID in the spreadsheet, and figure out just where that is in the admin. So now that the definitions are in place, you need to import your actual Metaobject entries, the contents. You could do this as a separate step, but you don't have to. Altera lets you combine Metaobject entries and definitions in the same file. It'll process the definitions first, so everything is set up before the entries come in. And it's not just Metaobjects. You can have products, collections, and other data all in the same file. Each data type is a single sheet in the file, and if you already have a Matrixify export file with that data, you can just import the file directly. Same format, same column names, it just works. So to recap, export your Metaobject definitions from the source store, import them to the destination store, and then import the entries like you normally would, whether the file came from Altera or Matrixify. I'll link to the Help Center article for Metaobject definitions in the description if you need more details on the available columns and options. If you want to try this out, you can install Altera from the Shopify App Store. Thanks for watching.